So what's happening, everybody? What's up, world? Um, Hold on, I'm sitting here in my office. Let me pull up my computer in case anybody has any questions or things that they wanted to ask me. Because today and for the next little bit, I'm going to be talking about something kind of different. I mean, I usually talk about solution focused brief therapy, which I'll continue to do. If you head over to elliottconnie.com, click on the blog, you'll see my information about solution focused brief therapy and those sorts of things. But today is an exciting time for me because I am about to release something I've never released before. I'm about to share something I've never ever shared before, and that is how I built my private practice. For years, even more so than people asking me questions about solution focused brief therapy, people ask me about how I built my private practice, and they ask me how I got. I mean, I went from zero to a full private practice in just a few months, and maintained it for a decade. So, over the course of time, I've noticed a couple of things that I wanted to share in this video that led to me doing the training I'm about to do. So, before I say anything else, if you want the training, go to buildyourcash-based-therapy-practice.com, and you can sign up for the free training that'll be coming out in a couple of weeks. But anyway, so back to what I was saying. Even more so than people asking me about solution focused brief therapy, they've been asking me about how I built my practice, and I've just never, I didn't really have the time, and was so busy traveling and writing books and seeing clients that I just, didn't have the time to do something like this. But over the course of time, a few things have changed. Number one, a lot of people, when they're doing solution focused brief therapy, it's hard for them to do that type of work at an agency unless they work at a place where it's conducive, where the supervisors and clinical team and things like that support their work in solution focused brief therapy. So a lot of people who do this approach end up having to leave their agency or their whatever the gig is and open a private practice. And I'm constantly being bombarded by questions of people asking me how I did it. The other thing was, over the years, I've noticed that a lot of people who do trainings about building your private practice don't actually run a practice. Like, they don't actually have the experience of having done it. Now, that's not everybody, and I'm certainly not throwing barbs at people or whatever, but I know some people personally that develop materials kind of teach you how to be an entrepreneur and teach you how to run a private practice, and I am personally aware that they have never run a practice. And I am someone who has lived it, I've done it, and I've maintained it over the course of 10 years. And now I'm really excited because I'm going to teach you exactly how I did it. I'm going to teach you, like, I did this one thing, and that one thing led to me getting 12 brand new clients in one day. I'm going to teach you how I did that. I'm going to teach you some of the realizations I had along the way. I'm going to show you how to maintain it and build it, all without taking insurance. And I did not take insurance because it was, I just felt like it was a handful, it was a hassle. I never liked the idea of somebody dictating to me how much my time and effort was worth. And I was kind of nervous in the beginning, like, am I going to be able to do this without taking insurance? And man, I had everybody lining up telling me, you're crazy, it'll never work, you have to take insurance, blah, 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 blah. But it worked, and here I am. I'm still sitting in my private practice. I've never moved. I've never been in a different place. Like, this is just where I am, where I've been, and I'm excited to share with you how I did it. So, if you are interested in this sort of thing, if you are someone who's recently graduated from grad school and you want to start a brand new practice, if you're someone who's been out in the field for a while, you've just been working at an agency and you want to move into private practice, or if you've been maintaining a small practice and you want to kind of pour gasoline on it and make it get bigger, or also if you are someone who's been in private practice for a long time, you take an insurance and you don't want to take insurance anymore and you want to have a private pay kind of cash-based practice, this training is for you. I'm going to tell you how I did it. I'm going to tell you really the nuts and bolts. Just like all of my courses on solution focused brief therapy, this is a how-to. This is not really, theoretical, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I did that led to getting 12 brand new clients in one day. And I can't even tell you, I remember that day like it was yesterday, because it was kind of the day that I realized, like, oh my gosh, this is going to work. I had 2 clients back to back for the first time. And those of you in private practice, like when you're just getting started, you remember it's like, oh, I've got a noon and a 1 o'clock. Like, oh, I can feel it growing. So for 2 hours, I was not paying attention to my phone because I was, this is back before, I have assistants now, but this was back before when I was answering my own phone. Hey, Ezra from Turkey, how are you? And this was, so there I go. I got 2 clients back to back, and I'm really excited. So I spend 2 hours away from my phone, and I will never forget the feeling of when that last session was over. I went back to my phone, and I had 14 missed calls. 12 of them were people looking to schedule appointments. I called them all back. 12 out of 12 got on my calendar and became clients. And it was the most remarkable thing, and it was not uncommon for me, and even still to some degree, even though I've spent so much more time traveling and lecturing, which is why I have the time to do this training. But it was not uncommon for me to get 4 and 5 brand new private pay clients a day, and my practice exploded to the point where I was seeing, I was scheduling 40 clients a week. Like, it was just getting so massive. I had to hire staff. It was getting so massive that it was almost a problem. I had to turn people away. I had to find referrers to send them to. I mean, it was really a big deal. It was really exciting, and I'm now even more excited because I'm going to get to whoever's liking my video. It's so cool to see the little like thing stroll across the thing. So thank you. But I remember just how good it felt to feel like I was running a successful business. And it was so important to me because in graduate school, they don't teach you about being an entrepreneur. Of course, I'm using my phone and I got a phone call. But they don't teach you about being an entrepreneur. They don't teach you about running a business. They don't teach you about those things. I mean, if you graduate from graduate school, you have the clinical knowledge, you have the clinical skill. But the entrepreneurial world is so completely different. And it just radically shifts, right? Like, one of the, reading a book recently about business, he said one of the biggest mistakes people make is they run a business in 2016 like it's 2006. And think about that. Like, if you graduated from graduate school, like when I did in 2006, the world was so transformatively different then. Like, you didn't have to worry about Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, social media presence, email, blogging, podcasting. Like, the process of being an entrepreneur is just so dynamically important that we learn. It's such a huge thing that you have to hone it. You have to get better at it. And they don't teach you that in school. They teach you the clinical information. They teach you how to be an actual clinician, but they don't teach you how to run a business, and they don't teach you how to make your phone ring. And I have a process. I figured out how to make my phone ring and kept it ringing for 10 years. The only thing that I did to change it was I've decided to spend my time teaching and on the road. As I make this video now, I just got back from New England, and I'm about to get back on a plane and head off to Atlanta, Georgia tomorrow. So I'm excited. Like, these things, this is exciting to me, and I'm so thrilled to be able to share this with you. So again, head over to buildyourcashbasedtherapypractice.com, sign up, and you'll get the video series for free when it's released in about 2 weeks, actually. So I'm thrilled. And also, please do me a favor. I want to reach as many people as possible, because I want as many people as possible to have that feeling of, to know what it's like not only did I accomplish a professional degree and I got my license, but I now have the knowledge and skills to build a therapy practice. And to be honest with you, it's not that difficult. And let me tell you a story, real quick story. I'm going to end on a real quick story on what led to me heading in this direction. When I was in grad school, I had a professor tell me that you had to take insurance to build a private practice. Now, remember, I am from a background, I don't come from a ton of money. I don't, nobody in my family that I knew was making a whole lot of money. So money to me, I don't know, I guess I thought about it in a different way than this particular professor. And he said, if you're going to run a successful practice, you have to take insurance. So he put this formula on the board, like how to get paid from co-pays and what to expect from taxes and expenses. Like just this big formula on the board. And I was so confused when I was looking at this formula and the idea that the insurance company would only pay you like $70 for your therapy hour and all this sort of stuff. And I sat back in that class and I remember I raised my hand and I said, Dr. So-and-so, what's the average cost of cash pay clients? And he said, well, the average cost is $100. And I said, okay, so if I can get 10 non-insurance clients, like private pay clients, to come to my office, wouldn't that be $1,000 a week? And he said, yes. And I said, so if I have 10 clients a week coming to pay me $100 per therapy hour for 52 weeks, wouldn't that be $52,000 a year? And he said, yes. I said, okay, then I'm not interested in that big crazy formula. I'm now interested in building a practice that would produce people coming into it. Now at the time, I had no idea if 10 was a lot or a little, but to be honest with you, I saw 4 times that on an average throughout my week in those years when I was building a practice. So I'm excited about it. And hello, Mr. Howard from TWU, where I'll be finishing my doctorate degree here pretty soon. Yeah, like I'm glad that professors started encouraging this direction because it's doable. You just have to learn to be an entrepreneur, and they don't teach that in graduate school. That's why I'm putting this training together, and I'm really excited because I finally have the time, and I'm just jumping up and down to be able to release it. So head over to that website, buildyourcashbased therapypractice.com. Sign up for the videos, and please share it with your colleagues, with your peers in school. Share it with anybody you think might be interested. I really do want to reach as many people as I possibly can with this. So I'll be posting more videos as we lead up to this series, so keep paying attention to me on social media, and I'll be sending out as many resources as possible. If you guys know me, I constantly send out things, and people on my staff yell at me like, Elliot, you do too much stuff for free. Which may be true, I don't know, but I just like to share things, and I like people to have stuff, and I want people to have the success that I was able to have, because I don't think I'm some sort of unicorn, or I don't think I'm some sort of special person. I just figured out a way to understand the rules and the dynamics, and it led to me being able to build a practice that generated multiple 6 figures a year over year over year over year. And I'm telling you, it wasn't because I'm special in any way. It's just because I understood the process, I understood the dynamic, and I was able to begin to start thinking like an entrepreneur and follow the entrepreneurial rules of running a business, and it led to having some tremendous outcomes. So thank you so much for watching my video. Stay tuned. Keep watching. Thank you, Corey, for saying that, you appreciate the videos. And Gradson's love free stuff. I love to share things, like I genuinely do. There are people on my staff who are like, Elliot, you're sharing things you should be charging for. And that's probably true. I probably should be charging more than I charge. I just want people to have it. And I know money is a barrier. I've been there, right, where money is a huge challenge. And I don't want anybody to be that way. And like I said, I built my practice to multiple 6 figures a year, maintained it for a decade without ever taking insurance, and I genuinely don't think I'm special. I told you I didn't have the time to release a training such as this, what I'm about to do, but what I would do is I have friends that would go into private practice, and it didn't even matter. One of my friends that I help out frequently is an attorney. Most of them a psychotherapist. One of them's a medical doctor. It doesn't matter what the practice is. There's a way to utilize entrepreneurial thinking to share your work with people. And think about it. How many of you out there, I said we're going to be wrapping up in a minute, but as you can tell, I get pretty excited to talk about this stuff. How many of you out there like this? Give me a like if this was you. How many people out there would say that you felt a calling of some kind to become a psychotherapist? Like this video right now, or leave a comment that says thumbs up or something if you think that was you. That to become into the field of psychotherapy, you felt some sort of a calling to do so. Yeah, see, a few of you, I see them floating across the screen, which, by the way, is my favorite thing. So a few of you felt like a calling to become a helping professional. Most people don't say, like, oh, I want to get rich and famous, I'm going to become a helping professional. It's like I felt called to do it, and that was certainly me. But I think this calling that we have has a second part to it. Because if I have a calling to be a psychotherapist and I go get a graduate degree, a master's degree, a PhD in a helping profession, and I become skilled and trained enough to deliver my helpfulness to people, that's just this first step. I then have to figure out a way to let people know that my practice exists. I then have to figure out a way to let people know my practice exists and invite them into my practice so I can share my calling with them. And that really is what this training is all about. How do I let people know my practice exists and invite them into my practice so I can share my calling with them? I consider what I do as a psychotherapist literally my sacred duty. I literally consider it to be what God has called me to do with my life. And the first part of that is developing the skill, which I work vigorously at. I attend trainings, I write books, I read books, I partner with people, I practice my skills with very well-known people. I do everything I can to vigorously develop my skill. But the second part of that is I have to figure out a way to let the people local to where my practice is, which my practice happens to be in Keller, Texas. I have to figure out a way to let the people local to where I am know what I'm doing and do so in a integral, informative way so that they are much more likely to utilize my service and allow me to share my gift with them, allow me to share my calling with them. And that really is what this training is all about. So all you have to do is sign up. It's a video series, so I'll be emailing you the different videos in the series. And it's all stuff you're going to be able to immediately go and apply into your work. Because I want everybody to feel that feeling of knowing I'm sharing my calling, I'm sharing my gift with people who really need it. And the thing about psychotherapy, like people come, when I saw a couple last night, people come into my office because they're in pain. Like this couple came to me, both the husband and wife in tears, asking that I help them avoid divorce. This couple was on the brink of divorce, and they come to my office asking me to help them. And I think I owe that couple two things. I owe them that I'm a trained, skilled professional who's able to do exactly that, but I also have to be a findable professional. I mean, how many people are out there with a need, with a dire need, in fact, sometimes, and they don't know where to find us? I'm going to teach you that. I'm going to show you how to do it. So go to buildyourcashbasedtherapypractice.com, sign up, and I'll start sending you things. What's up, Dr. Leslie? I see you. My man, Pete Abdamasi, who is a brilliant chiropractor. I've known Pete since I was in high school, actually. What's up, Pete? And like I said, like I've been helping people. Doesn't matter what kind of practice you are. All of us got driven into helping people because of a calling. And I can show you how to market your practice and make your practice more findable and be able to share your calling, be able to share your gift with more people. So everybody have a great Thursday. I gotta go. I gotta do a little bit of work, get ready for my flight to Atlanta, where I'll be the keynote speaker at the GAMFT winter training in Macon, Georgia. So I can't wait to get there. Atlanta, the Georgia area is one of my favorite to go to. So I can't wait to hit it up. So anyway, go to the website, sign up, and I'll be sharing these videos with you in a few weeks. Thank you so much, everybody, and I'll catch you later.